Hello everybody. I want to talk about a giving people in a fortunate world. What we have done with what we've been given in the United States and throughout the world. In stark contrast to communism and socialist regimes, the material rewards of capitalism, of what this country was built upon, are beyond compare. Houses are bigger, cars are more luxurious, clothes are more stylish, and fine food and wine are more plentiful. Some assume that the citizens of countries exercising capitalism are more interested in material possessions such as homes, cars, and clothes, rather than in reducing world hunger, global warming, or the spread of disease. Those that assume so are simply wrong, and they're wrong for two reasons. First is that capitalism is a unique ideal, one that rewards those willing to sacrifice their time and money and work hard as they pursue the greatest that life has to offer. Those who succeed are entitled to the rewards of their risk and effort, whether that's a vacation to faraway lands, a better place to live, jewelry, or a more exotic clothing and newer car. The reason we take that risk and exert that effort is because we believe that it's worth it. And we hope and pray that the sacrifice today will result in success tomorrow. And if we have a little luck and we succeed, we deserve the right to enjoy that success, to smell the roses, and for a better life, but also to give some of it back. And that is implicit in the capitalistic doctrine. There's exceptions, of course. Most who encounter success have done so through sacrifice and hard work, though. The same can be said for those countries that also encounter success. These are universal traits, available to nearly any person or country willing to dedicate their lives in that pursuit. It's right, then, for those who decide today to sacrifice for a better life tomorrow, that they should be able to enjoy tomorrow when it comes. Those who begrudge a person or a society or a country those rewards are an unfortunate lot, jealous of those who took a risk, sacrificed, and worked hard. Such envious persons may be selfish or short-sighted. You usually deserve what you get in the end, whether it's money or it's anything else. In fact, the promise of a better life, of a more comfortable life, of a better future, are the foundations of this country and many others. Our country began as a nation of immigrants from countries such as Ireland and Germany and China and Mexico. People held the belief that you could live a better life and you can do and be anything you want, and this has drawn tens of millions of people to the United States. My grandparents, in fact, came from a small town in Italy, Genoa, which we visited last year. They worked hard to come over here, saved money. In fact, they could only afford for my grandfather to come at the time. He had to save more money to bring my grandmother later on. They started in California, invested in land, and thankfully that land paid off. They worked hard, of course, and they had a little luck. But this is a country where if you have those two variables, you often can't succeed. There's a second reason why capitalism does not necessarily cause a country to become a selfish, hedonistic society. The United States, which is the preeminent capitalistic country of its day, is also the most giving. International Charities Aid Foundation states the United States gives a higher percentage by far of its gross domestic product to charity than any other nation. The United States gives approximately 1.7% of its gross domestic product to charity. That's more than twice its nearest competitor, which is the United Kingdom, which is at 0.73, a little less than 1%. Ireland gives 0.5% and France 0.14%. The United States also stands at the forefront when it comes to research and funding to eradicate world hunger and diseases. The U.S. has been in the lead in reducing poverty in Africa, and not only funds research in reducing sexually transmitted diseases and malaria, but also disseminates medicines to address those too. Catastrophic events and natural disasters are routinely followed by donations from the U.S. government and its people to alleviate despair and rebuild countries. The U.S. gives over $2 billion to the Asian continent when it was hit with a horrific tsunami. It gives billions more to Haiti after a devastating earthquake, to say nothing of the United States' own charity to its citizens in need. President Bush and President Clinton spent countless months raising money on behalf of the United States for the citizens of India and Haiti, both devastated by natural disasters. Citizens of the United States donated over, catch this, $3 billion to those affected by Hurricane Katrina and Rita. They also gave billions more to the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The generosity of the United States is unequaled. The country has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in foreign countries to rebuild their countries. The International Monetary Fund and the World Bank are generously supported by the United States. They fund not only work to rebuild countries affected by disasters and dictatorships, but to build viable economies capable of supporting their people. The U.S. does not solely risk its money to help the less wealthy countries. We also have sacrificed the lives of our men and women in the military. We've helped ensure the freedom of many other countries throughout this world, including South Korea, Israel, the Philippines, and NATO. We have freed the good people of the Balkans and Kuwait and Afghanistan and Iraq from tyrannical regimes, offering them a better chance of a better future. Capitalism has not just created a society interested in material gain. Far from it. Capitalism is an economic system that has provided its citizens with tremendous financial opportunities, and many in the United States have used these opportunities to alleviate the plight of others in less fortunate circumstances. Former President Jimmy Carter is working to eliminate ringworm in the African continent, and millions are donated to support the work of the late Mother Teresa in Calcutta. J. Paul Getty donated billions to found the Getty Museum. J.D. Rockefeller founded the University of Chicago, and tobacco and energy baron James Duke founded Duke University. Capitalism has provided the means for good people to do good things. This was not a consequence of communism or socialism. The U.S.'s material gain has been the world's human gain as well. For that, we're grateful for the wisdom of our forefathers in adopting a system that helped create the most advanced country of its day, and for its citizens to share the bounty. Thanks so much.